So if you are in a place where you have walked away or you have decided to put up some more boundaries for a situation or family or relationship, whatever it is, and now you're choosing you and it's all good. You feel real good. How do I know? Because been there, done that. And but then there's something that happens after that. There's this weird silence in your life. So today, that's what I'm talking about. This is Living Loved, and I am Shaunda. Hopefully, this will be helpful for you or for someone who is going through a situation, leaving a toxic situation or dealing with some kind of toxic situation, whether it's a relationship or a family dynamic, because I've been in both. I know both dynamics, romantic relationships and family relationships. And for me, it all becomes the same. A toxic relationship, it's all the same. It causes chaos in your life, regardless of what you name it, who you're calling it, or what you're calling it. So today, I want to talk about the aspect that I was not too familiar with until it really happened to me. And that is the silence that comes. And it's the weirdest thing. So this is Living Loved, and I am Shaunda, and I am just here to share a part of my story and to make this a safe space for whoever needs, and know that you are not alone going through these situations. You are alone. I know you're alone, but you are not alone as far as other people have gone through it, they're going through it, and knowing that you can make it through it. So that's my journey, that to show you that you can live loved after all of this. Because I've been through more than my fair share in this lifetime of chaos and drama and dealing with family and relationship, addiction, alcoholism, narcissism, toxic stuff. I am moving on. I have moved on, and I'm living loved. So, and I know you can too. So today I want to just share a little bit about the silence that comes after you decide to leave. I am moving on. I'm moving forward. I got this. You're feeling good. And you absolutely do. You absolutely do. I know I did. I felt absolutely wonderful putting the kibosh on somebody else's nonsense. No matter where, and this is me not having any judgment to whatever it was, whether it was the addiction or the alcohol, or it was just outright toxic, narcissistic, or just drama. Because sometimes drama just comes. That is what it is. So the silence is you make peace that you have to walk away. You make peace that you have to set these boundaries and move forward. But then it becomes like the silence becomes uncomfortable. It is unsettling. It's like you're waiting for the shoe to drop. You're waiting for that phone call. You're waiting for that knock at the door. You're waiting for, the words of toxic words to come barreling at you. And that is your system. You are not used to having it's not something that's normal for you now. You used to being on the ready. That's how I'll describe it for me. I'm used to being on the ready to block somebody with my words, ready to block somebody, period. If I have to block you phone wise, or, not talk to you, and that's been throughout different dynamics in my world. But when things become peaceful, well, I'll say sometimes it's not really peaceful. It's just quiet. And it's the peacefulness you're waiting for is not there. It is saying this whole situation that you're waiting for, you're like, okay, I did this. I left this person. I got out of the situation. Now I feel peaceful. I feel good. I can feel peaceful. I can feel good. But that's not what your body is saying. That's not what your nervous system is saying. It's your nervous system is used to all of the chaos. Your nervous system is used to the drama. And this is like normal. It's normal, and it's normal. So I don't want in this process, this quiet that you're shifting out of that drama filled world. I want you to feel comfortable in it, like settle into it, because what tends to happen is that you end up back in the situation, or you end up drawing other people or situations just like you left, because your system, that's what you're comfortable with. So now the thing is, you have to start becoming comfortable with that peace. You have to start becoming comfortable with, there's no chaos. There's, my boundaries. I don't have to lash out. I don't have to deal with the craziness. I don't have to deal with the drama. And then I have to be comfortable with that peace. That has been some of the interesting thing for me, is that peace. And I've always kind of had that peaceful life. And I'm not really a drama-filled person. No, I'm not a drama-filled person. I will leave the room immediately. But it has been in my family. It has been in my dating life. The drama comes because I'm an empath. I'm very sensitive. So people are drawn to that. So, and if you're watching this and especially if you've been dealing with situations for a long time, drama-filled situations for a long time, and you were the one who was taking the licks and ticks, and and you haven't had the boundaries, and it's been a lot of people pleasing. You have to be shut down. You're the sensitive one. Because you don't want that, but that's what you're getting. So what's going on, even though you made the choice, your body and your mind have to catch up with all of this. It just doesn't stop. Just because you made this choice and made this change, it doesn't stop. It doesn't, now I've made this change, so this is how it's going to go. No, because you have other people in your life and in your world who they have their own choice. And we were given free will, so they can do what they want to do. So you need to do what you need to do, and know that the silence, this quiet time, just being mindful of it, and know that it's good. It's nothing bad. Another shoe is not going to drop, because, honey, the shoe drops all the time. So that's our reality. Especially if you're dealing with addiction in your family or in a relationship, toxic individuals, there's always shoes that's going to drop. You're going to be called selfish and all of that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. That's after all of that. That silence is, I've had enough. When you really decide, I've had enough, I need to have these boundaries, set these boundaries to the place where I'm okay and I'm comfortable. But this is normal. This is your body and your mind catching up with one another. You made it up in your mind, and now it's like you're still catching up. You're still figuring it out. And I want to be very clear. This quiet, I know it can feel a bit lonely. I've been there, done that. It's not bad. You're not doing a bad thing. You're not lost. You're not empty. There's nothing wrong with that. This is just your nervous system really recalibrating. And it took me a while to even understand that. And I've been through this many times because, when you're dealing with family, especially family, and you can't walk away per se, you can't walk away. But I know I couldn't totally just walk away and leave things. I didn't understand. This is natural. This is normal. Before I was like, I've been through that stage before, that silence, and I thought something was wrong. And, the peace was, I wasn't really settled. I really didn't have that total peace. And now when I look at it and I have gone through the situation, in that peace, I'm like, okay, I breathe. I do a lot of breath work. So I'm saying now, focus on stuff like that. When you start feeling that off feeling, you might even want to call that person up, or like, it's like you call in the situations to set things off again because it feels so uncomfortable. So as you are going through this time of peace, or you're getting ready to head into that time, you've made the decision. You may not have totally disconnected or put some boundaries around yourself, like some solid, clear boundaries, or leaving the situation. But know that there is a part, this silence phase, that's going to come about, at least I believe, that's going to make you feel really uncomfortable. It starts out, and let me tell you, it starts out feeling like peace, and you feel like real comfortable. You're like, ooh, I like this. Ain't nobody messing with my peace, right? But then it becomes like, then there's a place that peace turns uncomfortable. And then I'm reassuring you, it turns to peace again. It becomes more comfortable. It's how you live your life. And for me, that is what living love is now. It's finding that, understanding that even though, you might be going through some emotions, you may miss this person, or, you might be thinking, oh, the shoe's gonna drop, or anything like that, right? Living love is knowing this is just time, like a moment. This is not the whole time. And you breathing through it, you journaling through it, you talking through it. Because I'm a firm believer of, like taking quiet time, just some simple breaths. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on doing different things. It's just really just making sure like you're good, and making sure that, like, you're doing the best that you can. You're doing what needs to be done, and that you're okay. And so I really, really appreciate you for being here. I thank you. And if this was helpful to you at all and you feel led, please please subscribe, as I'm on this journey to share and create a bit of a community for like-minded people. And yeah, also, if you want to dive a little bit deeper into like self-love and journaling and stuff like that, I have a free Stepping into Self-Love PDF. It has different writing prompts. It has different exercises that you can do, and it will be helpful. At least it has been helpful for me and helpful for other people. So I appreciate you. I thank you so much for being here, and keep rising and keep shining, honey.